Hey everyone, it's Cory McCarthy and welcome to another video. This is not likely going to come as any news to many of you, but I've decided to do a video about it anyway, especially as it relates to this channel. YouTube is engaging in a purge of sorts, at least at the moment. From what I understand, it all began with a campaign unleashed upon Steven Crowder by left-wing Vox media outlet and one of its video producers / writers, Carlos Maza. Now, I won't get into the entire story here, as you can find the details fairly easily elsewhere. I've personally kept up with the events via journalist Tim Pool's YouTube channel, Timcast. Nonetheless, YouTube cucked to Maza's and Vox's incessant infantile whining and whinging, and subsequently kicked off this Adpocalypse and Purge. Even in cases, admittedly, where no direct terms of service violations had even been made. Even in cases where content creators had successfully appealed previous penalizations. As far as I understand, Steven Crowder has been fully demonetized, so has my friend Marcus Fallen, who is better known as the Golden One on social media. Martin Sellner, the leader of the Austrian identitarian movement, from what I gather, was also demonetized. And some folks have been outright banned, such as Varg Vikernes. In fact, in Varg's case, he has had all of his YouTube channels utterly wiped out. Even his attempt at starting a new channel, but Varg has since resurfaced over at BitChute. And I am barely scratching the surface here when it comes to the casualties, but this purge has bled beyond just right-wing / conservative voices. Some left-wing YouTubers, from what I've heard, have been removed and or demonetized for having content on their channels criticizing folks that they've condemned as white supremacists and or racists, etc. Even an award-winning Cambridge-educated history teacher's educational videos about World War II, Nazism, and fascism have been deleted, and his account has been banned as a result of this purge. So clearly YouTube's algorithm seeks out keywords or topics and doesn't consider the context or intent. It is obviously automated, and it shoots first and then it asks questions later, if there even is a later for some folks. So congratulations, Vox. You fostered an environment where folks you'd likely agree with, or at least remain neutral to, are being harmed in your desperate attempts to silence the dissident voices to your own. Your behavior ultimately proves that you have no real argument, that you're not willing to discuss or to debate, but instead resort to childish tactics like tattling, demanding that people who you don't like or disagree with be punished and or silenced. That's simply not good optics for you or the positions that you hold. This sort of behavior renders your use of the term fascism incredibly ironic, such as in this recent article about Trump's London visit. You're proving to be the actual fascist, Vox. In any case, this purge rages onward. Now, in my case, a lot of my content has long since been limited and or demonetized, even upon upload. And this has been for a variety of reasons, including but not limited to discussing testosterone, steroids, sex, etc. Even when these discussions have been critical of certain topics, such as steroid use, which I firmly oppose. I even had my video discussing my exploration into Christianity demonetized. I mean, seriously, what the fuck, YouTube? I can only imagine it is because you harbor some sort of disdain for Christians and Christianity. And appealing YouTube's decision is often futile, so I don't even bother anymore. Thus, I'm not really concerned about income loss from YouTube itself, if I do get fully demonetized on their platform. Full disclosure. As of recording this video, my channel has received a total of 3.1 million views, with 11.6 million minutes of total watch time since I began back in February 2014. And yet, I've only earned $4,016.52 in total AdSense revenue since inception. That breaks down to about $803.30 per year in ad revenue for all of the work that I've put in pretty much every damn week for all of these years. So, Obviously, I'm not exactly rolling in the dough from all of the ads aired on this channel, and anyone who thinks that making YouTube videos is in any way lucrative for your average content creator, not your PewDiePies or your Logan Pauls, for example, is mistaken. This is why most of us also hustle products and services, affiliates, or have a Patreon. That's where the real revenue comes from for most of us. Not YouTube, not some anonymous advertiser, but you, the folks who actually fucking appreciate us. But regardless of demonetization, I would rather not lose all of the actual work that I've put in over the course of these 5 years if I can help it. Work, by the way, that has genuinely helped folks, as I've learned through various comments, messages, and emails over the years. This channel has influenced people to go vegan, including folks who are right of center. My content and my products have helped folks improve their lives, their health, and their bodies. I've even given conservative vegans a meeting ground of sorts in a community dominated by leftists and liberals, where it is easy to feel alienated being on the right. So I feel that there is value offered here, even if it isn't exactly financially lucrative in the terms of ad revenue. So where does this bring me? Well, I haven't really created much in the way of truly offensive content upon quick review. I've definitely broached some very sensitive topics, perhaps a bit aggressively at times, often with a serving of comedy and sarcasm, but not in a way that I feel could be considered hateful or bullying. But I suppose that is subjective. So many folks are very emotionally fragile, offended by the slightest things, and constantly perceiving threats everywhere, always playing the victim. In over 5 years, however, I've only ever had one video actually removed by YouTube, which I've also received a strike for, as well as a 3-month penalty. This occurred last summer while I was away on a family emergency. It was a video that I had produced back in 2015, which discussed and promoted self-defense very specifically against rapists and violent criminals. YouTube, however, claimed that it promoted violence. So I appealed and I stated my case, but that appeal was rejected, and ultimately I served my time in YouTube prison. So, knock on wood, if any of my other content has breached the TOS, I assume that I would have heard about it by now, but assume is a key word. So my viewers, do me a solid and drop me a comment below if there are any specific videos on this channel that you feel I should make private, at least for now, just to be safe. I'd appreciate the feedback. Also, Isaac Brown and I will not be releasing our recent conversation because it did get into some arguably sensitive topics. I was also exhausted that night after a long day and simply wasn't at my best, leading to, in my opinion, a lot of unfinished thoughts and ramblings on my part. I do apologize to anyone who was looking forward to that interaction. Now, I may still take a blow as this purge continues. After all, I am a conservative voice on YouTube who is not PC compliant, and that is a huge no-no. So this is where you, my loyal viewers, can take action. I urge you all to go over to any or all of my Facebook pages, which I've linked below, and follow me and friend me. This way, if I do get shit-canned, you can stay up to date with my goings-ons and next moves over there. You see, I'm involved in more projects than just this channel, and even beyond the vegan and fitness realms. Also, if you are able, willing, and feel compelled to do so, you can pledge a little something to me on my Patreon, even just $1 a month for my efforts. That's about 60% less than your average cup of a absolutely basic, no-frills, tall-sized coffee at Starbucks per month. To use my friend Isaac as an example, he currently receives $1,168 in pledges per month via his Patreon, yet he has just over 1,000 fewer subscribers than I do. And here's my current Patreon for comparison. Now, granted, I haven't pushed my Patreon as hard as Isaac does his own, but still, that's quite a disparity given the subscriber counts. On that note, I may be rebooting my live Q&As, but will make them exclusive for folks who have pledged. Say something like $2 a month on my Patreon. Whether or not I go that route is, or even maintain it, is going to be dependent on how many people actually show an interest by signing up to my Patreon in the first place. I mean, I see no point in doing something if people aren't really showing any interest in it. That would be time better spent with, like, family, for instance. You can also pick up my ebooks if you have not already, and if you are interested, that is. Those are linked below in the description too. You can also use my Amazon affiliate links, which are listed below in the description, whenever you want to make a purchase at Amazon. This costs you nothing extra and kicks me a tiny percentage in commission from any purchase that you make. Furthermore, you can shop for protein and supplements over at True Nutrition, which is linked below, and you can use my affiliate code VEGNUT5 at checkout. You'll get at least 5% off of your purchase, and I'll get a commission for that sale. These are all valid avenues that can help circumvent any loss of ad revenue or even a complete severance. And as always, continue to watch and interact with my videos. Leave comments, reply to comments, leave likes, leave me dislikes, and share them, etc. All of this tells YouTube's algorithm that my content is engaging. In return, YouTube may promote my content more, resulting in more views, more interaction, more subscribers, etc., facilitating growth. After all, I create these videos to be enjoyed. Furthermore, subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and press the bell button for notifications, and check back here weekly. All of this helps since YouTube sometimes fails to promote my videos, even to my subscribers. Anyway, I want to thank you all for your support, and I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.